welcome to the second floor of the Lion Brand Yarn Studio here in our Education Center. We are thrilled to have our very favorite guest, well, one of our very favorite guests, we can't really play favorites, Mary Beth Temple, back with us again to talk about her new book, The Perfect Pillow. What makes it so perfect?
Because no matter what technique you want to try, there's a pillow in there for you.
Really?
There is. There is a Tunisian pillow. There is a thread crochet pillow. There is, this pillow is motifs that are sewn together.
I love this one.
There are all kinds of techniques in there, and people get bored with scarves, you know? So how many other rectangular things could there be? There's Afghans, but they're huge. Those are big commitments.
It is a big commitment.
So if there is a technique you want to try, or a color you want to try in your room, you do the pillow, you put it up there. If you love it, terrific. If you don't, it wasn't such a big time commitment.
So if you love it, make it an Afghan.
There you go.
Excellent. So now what made you think, pillows, I'm going to do pillows next?
Well, because the last one was Afghans. So I thought if you were going to put the Afghans up, you had to have the pillows to go with it.
Excellent. What about dust ruffles next? You can just work your way all the way down the back.
I actually want to do curtains, and people think I'm insane.
I don't think you're insane.
I really want to do curtains.
I think curtains and lampshades.
Ooh, I didn't think of lampshades.
I always thought a crochet lampshade would be gorgeous.
I'm sure it would, but I totally want to do window treatments. Like, I want to do window treatments.
That would be stunning. I mean, think of all the different, I think Tunisian window treatment would be amazing.
Heck yes.
So how many ideas at one time are rattling around that skull of yours?
Oh, terrifying amounts. Absolutely terrifying amounts, and terrifying amounts of yarn. And yes,
So people always want to know, what the life of a designer is like. Do you just have a notepad open by your bedside at all times, and at 3 in the morning you go, pillows, crochet pillows?
3 in the morning, not so much, but other times, yes. My thing is graph paper notebooks. Because I'm the worst, considering I'm a professional designer and I do garments, I'm the worst sketcher on the planet. So at least in the graph paper, you have a shot at the hem being even, and it was really good for squares and rectangles. But
excellent.
That's my thing, is graph paper notebooks. You can write them, notes or whatever, but also if you want to draw something. And to me, because I'm such a poor sketcher, having the graph paper if I have a certain proportion in mind, which sounds weird, but if you have a proportion of striped to solid, or, if you do it on the graph paper, then when you flip through it later, it is a real, not like, kindergarten scribbling that you go, I don't know what that was.
So do you keep an idea book of just things that pop into your head as you go through your day and think, okay, I'm going to just put that down somewhere and I'll get to it later.
Absolutely.
And then you can refer to it and think, all those ideas together, hey, that's a book.
Yep. I do that, and again, those little, they're softbound, the little notebooks that I use, always have them.
Now, I've always wondered, because sometimes I do this, when I'm in a clothing store and I see a sweater and I think, that's really cute, how much? I could probably make that. And I take out my little camera and I take a few shots and think, okay, I'll go home and kind of just figure that out, except that neck would look terrible on me and those sleeves would look awful, and maybe I'll, So I'm not a designer, I make stuff that I want to fit me. But I take some shots here and there. Do you just take like beautiful shots of nature and I love that color or I love that shape and think?
Not as much. You know what really moves me though, that I'm forever taking pictures, particularly here in New York City where there's so much architectural beauty. I'm forever taking pictures of tile patterns and fences and door window combinations and stuff like that, because a lot, if you look at, particularly at my Afghans and my pillows, a lot of them are architecturally inspired.
Yeah,
so
definitely. I
have tons of pictures of Victorian tile floors and interesting gates and little, guys up on the windows. Like if you're walking around New York City. Yeah.
I mean, this is very, this looks like a beautiful, Tuscan tile pattern.
Yeah. So I'm very into taking, and the floor and the gate won't complain if you take its picture. You don't feel like you're, I don't want to be in, Target snapping photos.
You
heard
it here first. The gate won't complain. Yeah. Well, I can't wait to dig into this and see more. For those of you who would like to visit New York City one day, I hope you come by and see a special event. And for those of you who can't make it to New York, I hope you enjoy these little samplers. And thank you so much. I'm so glad you were able to join us.
Oh, thank you for having me. I always love the Lion Brand Yarn Studio. It's always fun to come.
Thanks. All right, goodbye for the Library and Yarn Studio.